Somebody's sleeping in my bed, baby, my bed. Somebody's taking my leg. I need to cut out the scene. Dumelang Maseve. This week we are in the Mazda CX-60 Takumi and we're gonna have a conversation. If you are new here, welcome to the channel, and thank you guys for 33,000 subscribers. And if you're an upstanding member of the Maseve Society, thank you so much for your continued support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch those ads because Kulaveka Gucci and all that jazz. So now let's get into the Mazda CX-60. So on the exterior of the Mazda CX-60, I think this car looks really good. I mean, the red of this car looks really nice. It's very much a Satu spec, pesal number, but Twadi spec, you know. Because I always say the Nicolaiza red remind me of Bato Balberka Muso and stuff like that. Because you remember those old Corollas and those Runexes that were red? You know, that kind of spec. So I always see that with this red. And I think Mazda does red very well. So this car is a very bright soul red. Really love the color. It has a very American kind of stance. I don't know if you guys see what I'm seeing. I'm picking up a bit of American design hues, like your Lincoln, your Genesis, your Chevys, you know, those big imposing cars. And I feel like they tried to mimic that. My only quarrel with this car is the front. So my only problem is the front. And I think these headlights are small. Yes, they look nice, but they drowned by the big grille. So it's a bit of a mismatch, especially up front, because the badge obviously gives away, hore, this is a Mazda. But I think the front is where they got it wrong for me a little bit. However, I think the stance of the car, it's beautiful, very big, very large. Love it. I think it really looks nice. At first glance, you'll think it's a 7-seater, but it is a 5-seater. So I think on the exterior for me, really, I think it's a fairly good looking car. So now let's get into the interior. And I think this is where the Mazda really does shine. This large infotainment system screen looks really nice. It's actually properly placed, because you know my problems with Mazdas. They put them in such a way that it's so slanted and you see nothing, but you have a raised ride height in this car, so you can see everything clearly and legibly. And it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. A lot of this car uses USB-C, so it's moving into a different direction. So the conventional USB cables do not really work in this car unless you have an adapter, of course. You also have a 12V socket up in front here. You also have a wireless charging bay. You have your climate control menus, which are buttons, which I really like. And I like the fact that there's a little screen here as well. You have push to start and keyless entry in this vehicle. You have this large gear lever. Your driving modes are also here in the center console. You also have your cup holders, which are by the passenger, which I really think is nice. I really like the fact that this car has gold stitching going on around it, and some gold accents on the air vents, which gives it a very premium and luxurious feel. You have this large sunroof, a black roof lining. You guys know I'm a sucker for black roof linings. A Bose or Bose sound system. How do you guys pronounce this? Bose or Bose sound system. I don't know how you guys pronounce this. So you have that sound system as well, which is really good. And I love the center console because you can also rest your arm. You know, you have the swivel knob to operate the touchscreen. It's not touchscreen, sorry. To operate the infotainment system, you know, conventional volume knob, which I really like. You have a multifunction steering wheel. You have memory seats in this car, electric tailgate, quite a lot of extensive features on the inside. I love the fact that they have a digital cluster up front. I've noticed a lot of Japanese brands don't really like digital clusters. They use analog ones, so this is actually quite refreshing to see that. And on the interior look, it's just very spacious. I mean, it's huge. I love everything about it. I mean, when last did you see a sunglasses holder? You have that. I'm really happy about that. So on the interior, look, I'm highly. So now it's time for us to get into the drive of the Mazda CX-60. Reverse cameras just pop up everywhere, guys. I love it. So yeah, now let's get into the drive of the Mazda CX-60. So this vehicle is powered by a 3.3 liter turbo diesel inline 6, right? That also has mild hybrid technology. and it produces 187 kilowatts and around 500 newton meters of torque, right? And I think that this is absolutely fantastic. I really do think that this car drives so beautifully. Mazda is not synonymous with turbo diesels, especially large displacements like this. We are so used to 2.5 liters, 2-liter engines, naturally aspirated. Well, you know Mazda. Every Mazda review I do. But this is a complete jump from what we know the brand to be. This car drives beautifully. It is absolutely fantastic, right? Smoothens out bumps quite well. Very comfortable. Noise insulation is quite good. You don't hear much of what's happening outside. But yeah, I really do think that this car is stunning to drive. I have no quarrels with it. The only thing that I do have a bit of an issue with is takeoff. So from standstill, it does like take some time to just get back on its feet or to gain momentum. However, I've forgiven it, and I just think that it makes up for it when you're driving in a city and on the highway. So it does get a bit better. So Mazda claims 4.9 liters per 100 Ks, and I think they lost it there. I think they just cooked the books there, because I'm getting 8.1, and I've seen a lot of reviews saying they're getting north of 7 and 8, so forget about the 4.9. And I think they said it because it's a mild hybrid, so they think we would be none the wiser. But when you're driving this car, you will get high outputs. Like, I don't understand what you guys are doing. Like, this Agya. Yo. Anyway, I think it drives very well. I think it's well built, well put together. Huge jump, huge improvement from the 2.5 liter. Not much to fault. So on a driving perspective, I'm highly impressed. I think this is really, really, really phenomenal. So now let's get into the verdict. What does Riba think of the Mazda CX-60? So I drove the CX-60 in its 2.5 liter, guys, and I didn't like it. I just think that for a car of this size and a flagship vehicle, it deserved a better engine. And a better engine is what we got in this 3 liter. Absolutely stunning, great improvement. I've spoken about the driving dynamics and the fuel consumption, so I'm very happy about this car in that aspect. When we get into the pricing, that's where it gets interesting, because the CX-60 range starts at 770,000 Rand, and for this one you're looking at paying just over R1 million for it, right? And I think at R1 million, it's decently priced. Guys, you're getting a lot in this car. You're getting a very good boot space. You're getting very nice very nice quality materials on the interior. You're getting a multifunction steering wheel. You're getting a digital cluster here. You're getting a lot of safety aids, guys. The collision warnings are very, very much accurate. I love the fact that you have blind spot monitors. You have parking aids. You know, you have a reverse camera, parking cameras, 360 cameras. You have quite a lot of stuff in this car for that price. So I cannot fault it or be fussy about that price. And when you put that R1 million into perspective, look at the cars that it rivals, especially where Mazda plays. You're looking at Hyundais, Kias, Volkswagens, all stuff like that. You're looking at probably getting cars like Tucson, Sportage. You're probably getting pricing wise, also segment wise, maybe not Sportage, maybe Sorento. Maybe Sorento, maybe Santa Fe. Santa Fe, yes, not Palisade. The Kia Sorento, Santa Fe. You're looking at maybe the Honda CR-V, but the Honda CR-V is a 1.5 liter. So very maybe Ford Everest, especially pricing wise, Ford Everest. But that has a bit of a I would say Fortuner, but that's a 7-seater, whereas this is a 5. But you're looking at those kind of cars, right? So that's where you're playing. And I think this car speaks for itself. I understand how a lot of people would be adverse to spending R1 million on a Mazda. Totally understand. But you won't get a 3.3 liter at R1 million in this day and age in these kind of brands. You know, those kind of displacements, you find them in more high-end vehicles like your Porsches and your whatever, Mercedes, whatever. So I think Mazda has done really well by giving us a very, very, very powerful and a very capable engine at a decent price. I thought this car would be worse priced when they announced that it's coming. I thought it was going to be like 1.2, 1.3 million. But just making it R1 million for me, I am very impressed. And I think that Mazda did quite well with their pricing. So that's just me. That's just my thought. You guys, if you have any other comments on it, you can let me know. So for me, ultimately, I think that the Mazda CX-60 with the 3.3 liter is the one to have. If you can, do go out and buy it. Test drive it, feel it, and I think you'll be happy with it. Mazda is a fairly reliable brand. And to be quite honest, guys, nowadays you will need R1,000,000 to get a decent car. They just announced the pricing for the BMW 3 Series. It's over R1,000,000. However, I always say that if you can find a car that is practical, fuel efficient, and reliable, make sure that you're willing to spend money on a car that encompasses all three of those things that I've just mentioned. Because R1,000,000 is what you get. R1,000,000 is the money you need to get a decent car. So ultimately for me, I am not mad at the CX-60. I think it's good. I think it looks nice. I think it drives nice. Notwithstanding the little things that I mentioned, especially on takeoff. But I think it is really, really, really a competitively priced product. And I really think it offers customers value for money, considering that this is a very large engine and a very powerful and capable engine. So my full verdict, or what is my verdict on the Mazda CX-60? I'll give the Mazda CX-60 an 8.5. I've picked up also two things that I don't like about this car, and that are weird, right? The fact that this car doesn't have cooled seats. I mean, heated seats. There's just cooled seats here. When I press this button, it goes blue, and I'm like, hey, blue means cold. Where are my heated seats? Is it an option? I don't know. And another thing is this parking gear, this gear lever, right? So this past week, as I've been driving this car, I just take it to the front, naturally, as you would an automatic car. You just take the gear lever to the front. Can't, it's in reverse. Next morning when I get into the car, I try and start it. It says put the car in park. I'm like, bruh, you've been sleeping. Can't you automatically go to park? No, I need to shift the lever to the right for it to be in park. So that's weird, because I thought of the Range and the Everest. When you just when you turn off the car, it just goes into park automatically. That lever just goes g-g-g. So that would have been cool in here, but now I have to move it to the right. But yeah, those are just the two things that I picked up. But ultimately 8.5 out of 10. I really do think that this car's pricing for me was a shocker. I was expecting a more heavier price tag, and I think they managed to get it right at 1 million. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, but I think an 8.5 is a fair rating. And that is it from me, maseve. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and watch those ads. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the Mazda CX-60. Would you get this? Would you get the Sorento, the Santa Fe? You know, what cars are you getting at around R1,000,000, you know? Ultimately, for me, I would buy this car. However, it's a Mazda. But a regular Mazda meter. No regular number 8. You know? However, you know, nowadays the good idea to, guys, just buy whatever makes you happy. I say this all the time. Buy whatever you can afford and whatever makes you happy. And I think this car on a daily, I would survive with it. I like it. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you think of the pricing. You know, let's just have a conversation. Thank you so much for the support thus far. Oh man, I just remembered that I haven't eaten. I have not eaten. I took out yogurt, I think. I took out yogurt this morning, but I didn't eat it, so I left it on the counter. And now I need to go scramble for something to eat. Oh my goodness. Oh my golly gosh. Yeah. So I'm hungry. I have no dog, no cat, no man, no food, no money. Nothing. I have nothing. Nothing. I'm joking, guys. I'm rambling and I'm going on a tangent. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think of the CX-60. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Namiranza Ngofu. I love you. Ndianifuna ngamanda. Ngianitanda. Kialarata kalarato. Blah love. Thank you for 33,000. This outro is getting too long. See you in the next one. Bye.